Hey everyone, so you're probably wondering what to do when you hit level 50, so I'm making this quick little guide to help you and steer you in the right direction. When I sign in every day, the first thing I always like to do is to go into the check-in. This gives you rewards just for checking in, and some of these rewards, especially on this path here, are pretty good. These are going to be very useful, these salvation, as well as these dimensional shards. So always check the check-in first of all. The next thing that you should always be doing is checking your Amatoi expeditions. So there's always going to be this little person over here, and you can go to your Amatoi house, and this gives you some resources and rewards for sending out these little Amatois on little adventures. So you can pick whichever one. When you start off, you're going to be in level 1, and you're going to have to level up. So this is the one I'm currently doing because I want some of these rewards. This one has the Kraken fishing rod, as well as some other mats that are pretty good, so I always try to send these out. You could do 1 hour, you could go up to 8 hours if you want. And I got one of the good rewards, so let's see what I got here. Alright, some resources, nice. The next thing I like to do is go into your dailies. So I'm currently at Watchman's Tower. There's going to be several locations where you can go and you can find these people that give out contracts. This one is Contract Manager Felix. The important thing here is to make sure that you're doing level 50 contracts, which you can see right here. These are going to give you different resources. So Magic Powder, which is used to create growth stones. These tiers give you the weapon upgrades for your experience, and the Abyssal tokens are for the dungeons that we'll do later. When you're wondering which ones to pick, the ones that I always like to go from the start are going to be looking for the reds. The reds have these gems that upgrade your weapons, so I always try to take one of these. And what you can do is you only take one here on this page. You can actually refresh. So you can go and you can look, okay, a couple more reds. And then you can refresh, and if you see a purple bag, you can always take the one with the purple bag. That one will give you a good reward. So let's see if I can find one really quick. No. So if you see one with a purple bag, there'll be a purple bag in the last slot. Always take that one. The next thing I always like to do is look for your daily dungeons. So you get these tokens and they refresh on a daily basis. So you can see at the bottom of this, it gives me 900 more tokens after 14 hours and 25 minutes. This is for your tier 1 dungeons, and then you have your tier 2 dungeons, which are similar. Tier 2 dungeons, you're going to need a gear score of 2500, I believe, maybe 26. So it's going to be a little while before you get into those. The last one here is going to be Abyssal contracts. These don't refresh on a daily basis, but you get them from your contracts, and you get them from doing your dungeons. These allow you to go farm open world dungeons. So if we open up the map, there's a few of them. This one right here is Shadow Crypt, whatever. These allow you to go in and kill these mobs. Each one of these mobs consumes between 10 and 30 of your tokens. So you have to get these tokens to farm these, and they give some nice rewards here. These give a lot of the gems that you need for upgrades, as well as maybe some items. And then these gems you can also sell in the auction house. If they have this bar on the outside, you can sell them. Compared to this one doesn't have any bars. You can't sell this on the auction house. So this one is Crypt. This one's pretty good. I also like to do, and what the most popular one's going to be is Silas Abyss. So this one right here, which is near Carmine Forest. And if you want to farm these, the mobs are going to be pretty hard. So what you can do is you can go into your looking for group tab, and you can see, oh, this person is putting together a group here, 4 out of 6 for floor 6F on Silas. This is another dungeon, but they're looking for token burns, which are going to be your Abyssal contract tokens. They want to consume these so they can get their resources. The next thing that you want to check, and kind of a nice guideline for you, is to check your weekly missions. So when you go into your weekly missions, you have them separated by world. co-op dungeon, guild, and then PvP. The PvP ones are going to be hard, so we don't have to worry about those, but always make sure you do your guild ones and get into a guild. Anyone who's watching this video probably will be in a guild already, so you can check out what you need to do. Guild reputation can be earned by donating or doing some of the events, and then you have contracts which you can complete during the week and help your guild complete. When you complete them, you need 5. These are going to be some of the rewards you can get, which are really good. These are going to be the bread and butter of what you're getting here. And then you have your co-op dungeon, so those are going to be the queued up dungeons that you're going to have, your tier 1s and your tier 2 dungeons. And then you have open worlds. You're going to have the resistance contracts, which are the contracts we just spoke about. You're going to have dynamic events. So dynamic events are always a nice thing to keep an eye on. If you go to the top here, you can go to the schedule, or you can just go into your map and you can go to the timetable here, which shows you, okay, at 1 o'clock my time, we have these 3 bosses that are going to open up, so I should go be a part of that and get some free rewards here. These are what the bosses specifically drop. From here, another thing I like to check on is if you go into guild contracts, you have different contracts. So this contract means that we are going to need to be killing wildkin and humanoid enemies, any type, any location in the world. As long as you're just killing these types, you're going to progress this contract, so you don't have to actively look for it. However, these next 2, this one's going to be an open world event. This one's Operation Talisman, so we're going to keep an eye on those events and see when Operation Talisman is so we can go and complete it. And then the last one is going to be Saradoma Island, which is going to be one of the open world dungeons, and you kill mobs there and progress this contract. From there, always make sure to check if you have any more resistance contracts in your inventory. They could be this scroll here, which gives the different allied resistance force scrolls. Basically what happens is you consume one of these. Let's do one. And it's going to give me a contract for each one of the dungeons that are level 50. So we can go over here and use one. So this one's going to be for Silas Abyss. So this is going to be another contract, but with a increased reward here. This is going to be an item or some kind of weapon or equipment rather, that's going to give you access to possibly getting a purple if you get lucky. But you can also get the resources you need for upgrading gear. This green one specifically is for accessories. I don't really want that. I'm looking for yellows, so this one's good. However, this contract here, what I would be assigned for is killing these 3 different types of mobs, but also the head shaman, which, if you can see, 0 out of 1 means that it's going to be a boss, so you don't really want to do those unless you have a dedicated team. So I'll keep going. Alright, this one's good. We have to kill these 14 abominations, and we'll actually get their claws from as drops naturally, and it can give me the ore that upgrades my armor. So we're going to take that one, and we can go do that one after I finish wrapping up this video. The other thing that's always good to see is if your guildmates need help, or if you guys can put together a group and you can get into your dungeons. When you hit level 50, you actually get access to the full tower, and you can do these secret dungeons. So you can go start at floor 1 and go all the way down to floor 20. These give really strong rewards. They give you growth stones for each accessory type, and armor, and as well as weapons. Really good to clear this out. You can only do it 1 time anyway, so really smart idea to just go and clear this out when you can. And then you can look for a group to do your cleared dungeons. So if you want to go to tier 1s, what I like to do is I like to look and see if there's specific armor pieces. Maybe you need the sword and shield, so you can run this dungeon specifically. However, what most people do, and what's good especially in the beginning, is to do a random matchmaking, and this will open up this chest here, which gives you a 7% chance to get one of these salvations, which is a very good reward. And it also gives you a chest so you can actually pick which dungeon you get tokens for specifically. each dungeon has a specific boss at the end of it, and they'll give you, that boss will give you the specific soul shard for them, which you can cash in when you go to crafting. So if you go into crafting, you go to your tier 1s, and you can see that guy his name is Tublix. So we go to Tublix, I have 60 of them, and if I get 80 of those tokens, I can select one of these rewards for free, just by crafting, which is a good reward. So yeah, just to recap quickly, on a daily basis, what you really want to be doing is making sure you clear out your tier 1s. When you get to the right gear score, tier 2s, and then if you have Abyssal tokens, clear those out. The goal is to always make sure you stay within the threshold. I never want these contract tokens going above 40. I never want the tier 2s going above 4,500, and same for the tier 1s. Always make sure that you're using all your resources on a daily basis. And then, to sum it up again, make sure you get these contracts in, and look out for the specific ores you need, whether it's for accessory or for your skill books or your armor. And then another good one is always going to be these polished crystals. These are very good to always have. So always do these contracts. You get 10 a day with a max of 60 when you hit max level. So yeah, that's the recap. Thanks, guys.